to echo on that, that is the mission of the company, to empower people who understand their business and their process, right? Nobody understands that better. AI definitely doesn't understand it better than the people who are doing it. The difference here, which I think is the most exciting thing that's happening in AI, is that everyone is a quote unquote software engineer now. Because if you can talk to AI about what you're trying to accomplish, AI can do those things. And then we extended it all the way down to the physical stack that needs to be there.
And to a large extent, I'm starting to reassure lots of people that domain expertise is more important than ever, right?
Yes.
Understanding the outcome and what you're trying to achieve. Now, Cole, the engine inside the Cube is Red Hat. Walk us through why an appliance like the Cube needs a platform like OpenShift and Red Hat Enterprise Linux running under the hood to be viable for an enterprise IT department to accept it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I almost find it funny with the amount of conversations I have about the topic of how are we going to do this at scale? Like that's the number one question I ask people for my entire career is how do we manage all these devices? How do we manage all these applications? And the amount of times I get a blank stare from someone who should know better is somewhat concerning. Really, it's all about so many people try to do a POC and say we're going to stitch together these services, and then they realize, well, when I have 600 of these, this really isn't going to work. It's all about that ability to do enterprise fleet management or management of both devices and applications. Inside the Cube, it's running enterprise Linux or RHEL and OpenShift. Providing that common baseline of enterprise grade software to be able to give the IT teams the same tools that they're used to in a cloud environment, whether it's public cloud or private cloud. Allowing them to do declarative automation via GitOps, handling model drift, handling application failover, everything that you'd expect of applications running in the cloud, giving you that consistency when it comes to the edge. And of course, giving you security and governance, but also making sure OT has that same level of security, that you're not mucking with their process control systems and exposing vulnerable networks to the wider network. So it's all about making it, as kind of Brian was alluding to, making it drop-in ready, making that ROI quick, and making that ongoing maintenance a breeze.